Hello there. This video is about Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I just finished my first full Evil playthrough. Was streaming that over on Twitch, and I just wanted to give a quick recap of what I thought about it. Um, More so because the remake is coming out, and I'm pretty excited for it. A little bit hesitant, but I just kind of wanted to talk about. Let's just start with the pros. Um, Overall, I like the game. Yes, I do. Period. There's great dialogue options at times. More specifically, the sex robot, quote unquote. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know. Um, I actually appreciate the archaic gameplay. I kind of have like a post boomer mindset, so I really need that time to make decisions and really think about things. And that's not to say that I get through it every time. Like I definitely lose. I got wrecked so many times. I got wrecked with Malik. Um, Juhani wrecked me. We're not gonna talk about that because in turn got wrecked. Um, Maybe just talk about some of the planets now. Terrace. I love Terrace. That's such a good opening zone. Um, just interesting all around because there's like levels to it, right? You have like your upper echelon of society, um, the Sith walking around, dude. I love their armor design. Such a bummer in Rise of Skywalker to see like the Sith armor was just like a red stormtrooper. Like, get the fuck out of here with that, dude. What else is cool about Terrace? There's a lot of cool like subplots going on in Terrace. The whole rat ghoul thing, like in that like under Hive City, all those people are just like crazy and just on some other shit. That was just an absolute pleasure to play through. Actually, going into the sewers, that was cool. Getting the serum. What did I do? I gave the serum to like that unnecessarily angry guy in the medical facility, and got my 1,000 credits. Pretty proud of that. Um, yeah, dude, just all around Terrace, and then ending on the high note of like getting the Ebon Hawk and um, killing Davik, killing Nalo Cord, something. He's lame, by the way. Like he's cool in theory, but his design, specifically like his head wrap thing, it's just that's just not it, dude. So, but other than that, Terrace, like great opening sequence. Oh, I forgot the fucking swoop bike race. There's just too much to talk about. I think now that I'm saying all this out loud, I think Terrace is like literally the best planet of the game, and it's a shame because it's also the first planet. But it does really hook you in, so can't knock the devs for doing that. Uh, let's see, Korriban I put on the list. It was pretty cool for the most part. Definitely a shorter planet. Going into the tombs was really interesting. Like there was the torture guy with the riddles. He either tortures you or the other guy. That was fun. Getting the swords and trying to figure out which sword to give the statue, who then returns you a even better sword. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was cool. Overall, a good planet. Not a whole lot to say about it. It's pretty straightforward. I guess the Sith Academy. I just said fuck all that. I just said fuck that. Immediately ran to the tombs. Fuck it. Not doing no learning, dude. I'm a Sith. Dantooine. Dantooine was cool. But it was just, and I'll get to this later, but Dantooine was weird because as a Sith playthrough, um, it's like clearly I'm evil. My face is looking evil, and they're just like everyone's just like glossing right over it. Um, but Dantooine had some of those like really good dialogue options, like the sex robot. Um, that was just hilarious. Um, and then I guess the two compounds, that was kind of interesting. It's the first time you see Mandalorians. Always love to see Mandalorians. I really like their armor design also. Um, yeah, overall solid planet. Kashyyyk is on the list as a pro. I do like Kashyyyk. That's when you're really introduced into to the Zerka Corporation, aka the Dutch East India Trading Company. in my opinion. So they are definitely there. Um, you get to learn more about Big Z, and I think that is really the highlight of Kesh. Obviously, it's like the only highlight, maybe not the only one, but the only meaningful one. And just seeing like peering into wiki culture and stuff like that. If you know, you know. Kashyyyk, I think was solid. Well done. Tatooine, pretty cool planet. Fighting the Crate Dragon, um, going into the Tusken Raiders compound. That's cool. There you can do more swoop bike racing. This is the first time I think you encounter. I guess it depends on what your route is, right? Um, that's where I killed Calo Nord. What a fucking nerd, by the way. Then I double crossed the Twi'lek after I killed the Crate Dragon. Yeah, just huge memorable moments all throughout the game, and I think that really sums up like what makes Knights of the Old Republic good is these huge like cinematic moments, at least in my mind, such as like the Rancor, the swoop bike. I ended up killing basically almost my whole squad at the end of the beach planet. I don't know the name of that planet, but they got wrecked. Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if that carries over into the remake of the game. I have this note of Starforge somewhere in the middle. It is cool. It is the climax of the game. Somehow falls a little short though, in my opinion. I think the design is cool. Fighting some of the Sith enemies, it was a little tedious, you know, because you kind of just have to run through it. Because if you stop, the enemies just keep spawning and coming after you. And I have some other reason of why it was kind of mid for me. I'll get to that. But first, cons. I am a very critical person. I started off wanting to go blaster build. And I know you can do that, right? I'm not saying you can't do that. But I did abandon it by the time I got to Dantooine, which was like the second planet I got to. Just because I feel like the game really pushes you into a more CC focused build because there's so many options like on the feat list, and I just ended up doing that. And I don't know, I guess if the remake is like a real remake like I'm thinking and not maybe just like a reskin, having more blaster focused feats, I don't know if that's necessary or not, but I don't know. And maybe my take is wrong, you know? But it just seems like the game kind of pushes you. Doesn't necessarily force you to go lightsaber, but it does push you into that like melee focus build. Um Another huge problem that I actually have with this game is despite going good or bad, it is largely a linear playthrough. Yeah, you get different dialogue options and you can kill certain NPCs and whatnot to get maybe credits or some kind of gear, but like it's crazy the dialogue options you still get being super evil. Like the whole thing with Dantooine, you know, and it's like basically A, B, C, D, E, F, G is gonna happen regardless of your choices for the most part. And really, what it comes down to is kind of the ending of the game. And it's like, yeah, that is cool, but I would like almost if there is maybe even like 3 paths or something through the game instead of just the one. So that is something that I think could be hugely improved on with the Knights of the Old Republic remake. Yavin. That's all I'm gonna say as a con. Manon sucks. Manon went on and on and on, if you know what I'm saying. And everything there was just like super fucking boring, dude. Uh the whole fucking court trial, it's like Um I have like my IQ's actually 10. And so when it came time to get into the Sith facility, I could not figure out how to get through the interrogation. I think a viewer said that I need to have like a decent charisma, otherwise that's not even an option. I didn't confirm that, but we're just gonna take that at face value. That logic puzzle with the matrices could not. I did. I don't know. I think I skipped that part in math, so that was never gonna happen. I just had to raw dog it and just go in hard on the Sith facility. But then you get into the underwater, and it's just like it's kind of interesting, but it's not interesting enough. It just seems like it's like it had so much potential because it's almost like Camino, what Camino would be like if you could actually see like their day-to-day activities, but it just falls kind of short. Yeah, so we'll leave that. I wrote down the Rogue One beach planet as a con, and I just feel like it kind of in the same boat as Manon, and like there's cool ideas there, but they just kind of for me fall a little short. Like the whole um there's like two camps of the native species there. I ended up going with the one who wants you to kill the elders, and I don't know, just none of it was very like didn't pull me in, didn't hook me. The Sith Temple was just kill a bunch of guys and talk to this computer. I don't know. Maybe improve upon it moving forward. Could be. I don't know. We'll just leave that there. Um, and this isn't necessarily so much like it is a con, but I think it's more so unique to my experience. Um, my playthrough was filled with two extremely fucking annoying bugs that I spent zero time trying to fix. So, caveat. My first bug that just kind of it didn't ruin the experience for me, but at times it made it very frustrating and I felt like I wasn't enjoying the game. But like I said, spent zero time trying to fix it. So that's really my bad, maybe. Um, Essentially, whatever character I was playing, whether it was my main character, Canderous, HK47, after certain encounters like combat and stuff, basically I just couldn't move the character no matter what I did. Switching to other characters, that one character would be stuck, with the exception of like if I could click on a chest or a body, um, that's how I could move. I finally looked up on some forum or something that if you like quick save, it was like holding both mouse buttons, hitting Alt and F4 or some kind of combination like that. It quick saves it, and it would like sometimes take you out of that stuck bug. Um, so that was just super frustrating, and it like made me die a couple times too. Um, and then the second bug was probably the one that it sucks because it happened in the climax and it like ruined the ending for me because it was so fucking frustrating. And essentially what happened is like after I would kill Malik, I would die during the fucking cutscene, dude, because I had so many fucking stims on. And I read about it later, but essentially like after those stims wear off, if you were like lower than your base health, you just fucking die. And so I didn't get to enjoy any of that dialogue because my build was fucked from the get-go because I went blaster and then converted to melee kind of halfway through. Um and so I think I had to kill Malik like 3 or 4 times, and the last time I finally got through it was just me like spam clicking all the fucking dialogue and not really getting to like experience it. So that was a pretty big bummer. But I don't know how much of the fault of that is the game, but I feel like if you're in a cutscene, like just stop all that like combat stuff going on in the background. Like that just needs to stop. So that would be obviously I don't think that'll make it into the new, but definitely tarnished my playthrough. I was having a great playthrough for the most part, and it just kind of really ended on a sour note because of that. Um, I guess now we'll talk about my hopes for the remake of the game. I think we've all at this point heard some bad, maybe not bad, I guess depends on your opinion. We've heard some things about like what's going into the writing and whatnot, and it makes me a little like nervous, but I still like am hopeful for a good game. Um, and I just want to be clear that like even if this game's bad, I'm not one of those people where it's like, oh, this fucking ruined my childhood or whatever, things of that sentiment. Like if it sucks, it just sucks, and it sucks that it sucks, but it's also whatever. Because if I really want to play the game, I just play the original. It's not really any skin off my teeth. I don't know if that's a saying or not. It is fucking now. Um, I would like more interesting dialogue subplots. If you're a fucking dev and you see this, just play through just that whatever that little mini quest line is. Afterwards, just take a second, go outside, be like, was that interesting? If yes, cool. If no, fucking fix it. No one wants some boring ass subplot dialogue, dude. Get that shit the fuck out of here. Make everything as interesting as possible. Easy. I could fucking do this shit. And yeah, other than that, I think the game's fine. Get rid of the bugs, make the dialogue more interesting. Oh, play through less linear. Make going bad or going good or staying in the middle, like make those decisions like meaningful throughout the entirety of the game, so you can have just like maybe not super unique like playthroughs, but somewhat unique. And yeah, that is my review of Star Wars The Knights of the Old Republic and my hopes and dreams and wishes for the remake. So with that being said, have a great night, and may the force be with you.